Okay, sorry. My audio was like fucked. I was hearing it through like some other speaker. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, there we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me today is arguably the commentary channel with the best jawline. It is Sleepy. How you
So
doing today, man?
true. Doing good. I have to apologize. I'm like fucking 30 minutes late here. It's crazy.
Oh, no, it's completely fine, man. I get it.
So what are you guys going over on stream right now?
So we were just going over some of the Keffel stuff that was going down the past couple of days.
That stuff's been fantastic, dude. Great tweet bait.
Oh my God, it really has been. I mean, it's probably at like I got like 12K interactions off like one tweet, just because I said Tipster's like channel is dying.
That's so real.
Well, it's like I don't know how familiar you are with Tipster, but that guy just like shoots his channel like every 6 months by mass deleting all of his videos, and he's like, guys, why can't I grow? Why
I know
do I
that
lose
Nick the other
1,000
day-
subs a day?
I know that Nick Diorio was talking about how if you look up Tipster, you don't get his channel as a result.
You don't actually.
No.
Actually, let's do that live on chat right now. Hang on. Okay, guys, ready? We're gonna look up the Tipster.
This is the real test.
Tipster spirals after Keffel's hit piece.
But where's his channel though?
Scroll down.
That's tough.
Oh,
When your channel does not come up when your name is typed out and all you get is hating videos or commentary videos against you, rough.
it absolutely is. And the first time this happened, he was like, Team YouTube, why is this happening to me? And he knew full well why it was going down.
Honestly, I'm willing to believe there's some delusion, you know?
Well, I mean, to a certain degree, there's probably some delusion.
Yeah.
So anyway, So what got you started making videos? Like, did you originally want it to be like a gaming channel at first? I know a lot of times commentary channels, they want to do one thing and then they end up doing something else.
So I definitely did post a lot of like gaming-ish content, but it was mainly like gaming commentary, like Leafy style. So I'd be playing like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4, and then I'd post that gameplay alongside whatever commentary I was doing at the time. But yeah, I think Leafy was like the real example of like a YouTuber that could do it every day and that like kind of made it accessible for other content creators to do it. Like you saw his setup, it was so easy, so scuffed, but people still liked it. Like I liked it. So I figured if he can do it, why could I not?
Right. No. And I mean, that's why like everyone wanted to be a Leafy clone back then, was because all you had to do was just like have like a basic like recording setup for like gameplay, have it like a somewhat decent computer to run like to run Counter-Strike gameplay, and bam, there you go. Money made. I mean, heck, you didn't even use Counter-Strike half the time. It would be like Overwatch footage that he got from like his Xbox.
Yeah, and you would notice like a lot of kids that couldn't afford a computer where they could run like Steam games, they would just start playing Roblox and use Roblox footage.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's when we got the Roblox commentary channels that lovely people like Natty Forsyth came from.
Yeah, lovely people.
100% endorsed by Tipster too, by the way.
Oh, gee, there's a lot of things he endorses.
It all comes circling back around. Now,
yeah, go for it.
So I did want to ask you. So, did Tom approach you to make the music video?
So that story is actually kind of funny. I technically approached him first. I remember him and Nick were on a stream like a while ago, and the stream was going well, but they were having call-ins, and they had like 4 or 5 call-ins in a row that were like just not like good. Like they were having trouble kind of getting the callers to say things that would help them engage with it. It's kind of like when you have a caller that just they're kind of fanning out a bit. They're not really engaging, and so they were having trouble keeping this stream like interesting, I guess. And so I was like, okay, I'll jump in. I'll try to, spice it up. And so I came in with this idea, and I was like, Nick, I have an idea for you, okay? I'm going to film a documentary of you losing weight and getting prepared to box flamenco. And like it'll be a whole process of filming every single aspect, you signing the contract, you getting in the gym, you losing the weight, and then like on the night of the fight, you going and beating his ass. Like it was a really cool idea. And obviously the big hold back on it was that flamenco would never sign up for anything like that. Like even if they were to meet halfway, or even if they were to meet at flamenco's weight, flamenco still wouldn't sign up. Just, you know, he's an old man, he's a bit brittle, like he can't deal with that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember when they were trying to set him up with with him fighting Bunk, and he was like, "Nah, they have to give me the contract first." It's like, flamenco, that's not how it works.
Yeah, I don't expect him to ever sign any of that stuff. Like you're getting somebody who, like, by all accounts is like a social reject to try to be an athlete. Like, good luck with that. It's just not going to happen.
But go on.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say is, through offering that, and like as like kind of a joke, to be honest, a couple weeks later, I got actually I think a couple days later, Tom hit me up. He's like, "Yeah, bro, I know you make videos. I know you were talking about that documentary. Can I see your music videos?" And so I sent him some stuff. He thought they were all right. I thought they were all right. We ended up working on the Tipster diss track together.
Very nice. Now, how long of a filming process did that all take?
Honestly, I think we got everything done within like a week and a half, but it was mainly, the distance between shoots was mainly just like, he was in Toronto at the time, and I was in a town 5 hours away. So that was the only reason really that it ended up having a week in between. I'd say, when I think about it, we got it done in 3 days, like 3 shooting days, and then the editing process was, I don't know, probably about a couple weeks.
Okay. And so I know recently you've been covering a lot of the Super Mega stuff. And
yeah,
like,
for sure.
One thing that that's always boggled my mind is like Ethan, for example. Ethan is online. He's been like, ever since the fall, he's been highly critical of his former friend Nick is Not Green. He went on like Twitter tirades for days until his like account either got suspended or he deactivated himself. Why do you think Ethan never made a video himself? And like he could have done like an interview.
I think he knows better. I think he really knows better. I think sometimes you see the way things play out, and even if you want to do something, you know that for the health of your channel. I mean, remember, Ethan's money comes from YouTube, you know, and I'm not trying to say that in a way where it's like, oh, target his where his wallet is. It's like, no, it's not that. It's just like, if he's smart, he will keep his money out of this. And like the way to do that is to not talk about a clearly dead topic that nobody cares about, that every time it's brought up gets a negative reaction. Why would you bring that to your channel? You know, and I think he knows a little bit better than to do that, you know? There's a reason why he hasn't ever replied. I mean, that's not true. He's replied to guys like a Cheeto, I think, or maybe even Sensitive. But there's a reason why you don't see him replying as often as maybe a commentary YouTuber would. Like us, if there's beef, like we're replying instantly, you know?
Oh, yeah. But, you know, on the flip side, too, though, like, do you think he has any input on his girlfriend making these videos? Or do you think he's just like, whatever, babe, just go ahead, make your video. I'll support you no matter what?
It's, well, the input is definitely creative. I mean, he's editing these videos, I would imagine, or at least has some say in what order, like, the information is released. But I think you have to remember, like, he's the type of guy who wears a t-shirt that says women don't owe you shit. Like, he thinks that, like, he probably doesn't think that you need to communicate with your girlfriend. Just listen to her and let her do what she wants.
Probably.
Like I personally, if I was in a situation where I had a partner who did this sort of thing, and let's say I could overlook, you know, the initial videos, if they came up to me and were like, yo, like, I'm going to do another round of these videos, I'd probably tell them, hey, like, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not going to go well for you. Nobody supports your side. And to be honest, it's not because it didn't happen or did happen. It's just because the evidence to prove either side is really short right now. And rather than proving your side, you decided to target a YouTube channel that really had nothing to do with it. Like, if you think about it, this is an assault allegation. Not they weren't nice with how they reacted to me allegation.
Yeah, and the thing that's like even like the most charitable people to her from the commentary community were always like, hey, why are you focusing on so much on Super Mega? Focus on the artist who actually allegedly did this to you.
Yeah, but that's not where the clicks are.
No,
nobody cares about what's his name? Like I was told the other day that his name might not even be Donder. Apparently it's supposed to be Don Doctor or some shit. Like I'm finding out about this 10 months into the drama, but it goes to show like how little importance he serves to the narrative. Like nobody really cares about what he did when the reality is he is like the whole reason this situation happened, supposedly.
No, yeah, you can't get donos from like having a live counter of his follower count. They stay stagnant the entire time.
Yeah, nobody cares. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Donder, that guy. Like, who gives a fuck about that guy?
No, and sorry to go all over the place with her response here. One of the things I just found so funny was I guess one of her like friends in her circle who like try to relate to her. It was like, yeah, I too was assaulted, and she's like in the video, it's like, oh my god, he's like trauma dumping on me. This is like so weird.
Jim. Yeah. Okay, so that story is so funny. So essentially, she trauma dumped on him, like literally at a party, and he was getting drunk, and they're sitting together on this couch, right? And I've kind of played this scenario out a couple times on stream or in a video. Like I literally will act out what happened. But basically, they're sitting on a couch together and they're drinking. And he's at a point where he's drunk. She's at a point where she's telling him about how she was sexually assaulted by Donder. And obviously, you could call that an intimate conversation, I'd imagine. And he leans in for a kiss. She does not like pull away. She does not block him. Apparently she feels she was in a headlock. Take that as you will. And then they kiss. All right. He gets up, goes to a different room, and basically says, "Come here." And she gets up, and this is all like per her statement. I'll give you the other version of the statement from him. Per her statement, she gets up, follows him into that room, like, what is he doing over there? And then kisses him in a separate room. And then we're supposed to believe that this is like some sort of, weird sexual harassment, sexual assault type thing. And so he apologizes for it. And in his apology, he essentially says, yeah, so I'm so sorry for what I might have caused, for what I might have done. In fact, this hits hard for me because when I was in college, I was sexually assaulted. So he basically kind of trauma dumps in his apology, and he probably shouldn't. But since then, she has decided in her most recent video that anytime that video gets removed, she will repost it.
Oh, she's so evil, dude. She's evil.
Yeah. So he had to come out after 10 months of being slandered and being told that he's a rapist and all of this shit. And he has to come out and he says basically, hey, like, this is what I've been dealing with. And puts out like a 5-page like Twitter document or document on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty good. But basically it was him talking about like, listen, I'm getting humiliated because I made a mistake in my apology. Like, how is that fair?
I mean, it's valid, because you have to think from like their perspective of like that LA like social progressive like commentary friend group sort of deal. Like, yeah, I can see why he was very frustrated with it. Now, granted, like as you said, he probably shouldn't have done that as he is apologizing to her. But I can see why he did it to somewhat try to like relate and like make things easier for both of them.
Yeah, for sure. And I think something that it's that he's kind of probably woken up to, and I think something that us commentary channels know very well, is at a certain point you don't want to appeal to everyone. You need to like wake up and realize, listen, it would be nice to have a channel that has like 5 million subs, everybody's watching me, but at a certain point it might make more sense for your longevity to just keep appealing to the people that like your content and that like the type of person you are. Like if you're going to be edgy, attract an edgy audience. Don't try to go mainstream and then bring that edgy shit in, because you're going to get canceled. And for a guy like Jim, again, I don't necessarily think that this is his fault, or I don't necessarily think that this applies all the way, because those types of people when you're facing an allegation, either way, it's probably difficult. But I imagine if he had like an audience like Larix, for example, like if you accuse Larix of something, he's probably going to be fine if he responds to it properly because his audience is conditioned to think like, okay, well, let's see all the evidence. You know what I mean? Versus an audience like Lex Updog or Super Mega, they're probably like, oh, believe all victims, shoot from the hip, figure it out later type shit.
No, yeah, or it's like you ever heard of Illuminati?
I'm vaguely familiar. I haven't jumped into it because she seems awful.
No, yeah. So Illuminati's brand was she would uncover the truths of like, you know, big companies, scammers, and like other YouTubers too, right? So her brand was integrity and honesty. And then when everyone found out how much of a snake she was like behind the scenes, it completely destroyed her brand. To the point now where she's suing everyone who's came out about her.
Yeah, that reminds me kind of like of how people felt about John Swan way back when.
Oh yeah, but like imagine if like instead of that happening to John Swan when he was what, like 100K, this happened to someone who was like in like the like million sub range.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it hurt them.
That's a waste of money.
Oh, absolutely. Which one has been more fun for you to cover? which is weird to phrase because these are essay stories. The George Not Found situation or the Super Mega controversy?
It's so interesting. So like I would say that the George Not Found was more exhilarating, obviously, because you're dealing with a subject that's getting you a fuckload of views, and like we're human, like we're not you know, we're like obviously we have feelings. So like when you're experiencing like such a high influx of viewership in comparison to what you're used to, you kind of just have to like roll with the punches and try to make good content. Like the AIMSy series was kind of insane. Like that was kind of a sideshow that happened through the George Not Found stuff, where she kept going after, you know, guys like George Not Found, Wilbur Soot. Like she would be in their Twitter replies saying like, you are an abuser, or she did not say yes. And it was like all this shit. And I kept noticing it. It was getting to a point where I'm like, this AIMSy chick sucks. Like she is not cool. Like I don't know who's into this person.
No one in that friend group seemed to be like all there. It's like all like people in like their late teens, early 20s, talking about how you don't understand. She was barely 18.
Yeah, and it's like that's not an excuse. That's just like that's her being an adult.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys didn't want to be in a situation where you're drinking with older people, don't go to parties.
Yeah. And then to have that situation culminate for me personally into AIMSy like messaging me via Twitter DM, like that was kind of like the best thing that could have happened because it gave me like a free fucking nuke. I was like, all right, let's go.
No, yeah.
I even tried to interview her. Like I was like, hey, like I noticed you followed me because she couldn't DM me. I noticed you followed me. Would you like to have an interview to talk about like your recent comments on the situation? And she sent me this fucking novel where she's like, I'm not at all interested. And by the way, I think it's rude, yada yada. It's like,
I'm
brother,
just gonna follow you anyway.
I think she still follows me actually.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I'm seeing it on screen right now. Jesus. Well, you know, to be fair, Dark Viper would say this only takes like 5 minutes to say.
True. 5 minutes might be too much for Dark Viper. That guy, he like might have an auto type ready to go.
Well, I mean, did you see he's got a girlfriend now? He's getting laid. Who knows? He might lay off on the online stuff for a bit.
Listen, I can only imagine how long she'll last, you know? I don't know, like all the money in the world could not make me like that guy.
He's so insufferable. Like listening to him speak about how high and mighty he is about certain topics.
Well, what happens if she doesn't know how to play Among Us? Like, have you thought about that?
Ooh.
You know, maybe she gets beat.
Well, not only is she being kicked out, but I'm sure his sister, who helped hook them up, is being excommunicated too.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah. So back to the George Not Found situation a bit. One thing I have noticed is like obviously, YouTubers outside the commentary space are aware of like what people like what the general group of commentary cover, especially when it comes to like big essay allegations like this, especially with like characters like George Not Found. But like even though they clearly have input that they want to say, they never like officially say anything in like video format, which is weird because like if you remember like back in the day 2016 2015, you would have like normal like gaming channels or like music channels with like Boy in the Band, right? They would make commentary-esque videos talking about like
Boy in the Band
subject.
I wouldn't say is like the standard for music content creators, you know what I mean? I felt like he always had like he always had like a political stance. He always kind of, even in his music, was trying to get political. Like I wouldn't be surprised by him getting involved. I think like if you're referring to like guys like if you're talking about the commentary sphere, I guess you're maybe talking about like Sensitive Society and Ichido and them. I find they're more focused on trying to have a broader appeal. Maybe like they want to keep their uploads pretty consistent and not just focus on one subject, which is totally fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I understand why certain people wouldn't want to make their whole channel either Lex Up Dog or Super Mega or all this shit. For me, I find like I really like the way Destiny kind of operates, where if he finds a topic that he's really interested in, he'll just like kind of knuckle down and just start like investigating it. And I tend to find that with these subjects, brother, like everything is on Twitter, everything's on Twitch. Like you can really watch and digest everything. Like I'm not gonna say like I'm like the fucking I have all the knowledge, but I did enough research to be knowledgeable where I can make videos that I felt were decent and informed in a way that like didn't take away from the story, you know, that I wasn't like making shit up. I was like relatively well researched.
No, yeah, you absolutely were. You your videos on the subject were pretty good, and I'm just like I feel like, you know, a majority of these Minecraft YouTubers would be totally fine if they were just like into MILFs or something, man. Or like they just stop going to parties.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like when I think of what George did, I honestly wonder, like, cause you know, YouTubers want to hang out with other YouTubers. YouTubers want to go to parties and shit. Right, and I wonder, it's like should this guy be punished because some fucking 18-year-old, you know, adult got like literally was cuddling with him, and then just because they cuddled and like a hand went under a shirt, like that's what we're gonna cancel someone over? Like I don't know. I can't even calculate how much George might have lost off of this, because how many people now think that George is, you know, a problematic person, somebody who's a sexual assaulter or an apologist, or, you know, insert your favorite buzzword.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? He was originally going to be part of like Mr. Beast's like chocolate brand, right? But then like they edited him out of like the photo shoot.
There you go. Like there's a great example. Like what an opportunity to miss out on, somebody with like the biggest reach in YouTube.
But like I could be wrong on this, but like I could have sworn like George probably stood by like Dream during all of his stuff. Like it's just weird to see Dream throw George under the bus so fast.
Well, I think what I found was that Dream did throw him under the bus when it came to certain tweets, but when it came to helping George, he was definitely there with them because they do live together. And the idea, I don't know if this has ever been really confirmed, but the idea, and this is an idea that Katie Bugs also threw out, was that Dream and George were kind of colluding to make their statements line up, which whether or not that's true, we'll never really know. But I think that would be a good indication that like while Dream definitely did attempt to make it so that the audience was like, oh, like I wash my hands of this, guys, this is bad, he still defended George. I think the biggest thing that you might have noticed was that through the Wilbur Soot situation with Shubble, that's where Dream really came out and was like, this is awful. You're a terrible person. I can't believe you did this. This is not an apology, Wilbur. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like over Wilbur's situation, he definitely cooked a little too hard. And when you look at not Destiny, when you look at Dream's like history, you kind of ask the question like, why would you go so hard on Wilbur Soot when you've been through similar situations, where people judged whether or not you did something prior to really knowing if you did something with any evidence.
Mm-hmm. No, but like I like that. Wilbur certain stuff was interesting because like. Wilbur was trying to defend himself, but he was also like trying to be on like the whole like women let women speak out thing, where he's like, well, what was it? His words exactly like, her feelings are valid, but like if you're trying to prove that like you're innocent, then like what she's feeling is a lie.
He shouldn't have like rode the fence. He should have been clear and explained himself. Like, Listen, I dated this bitch, all right? Now she's accusing me of shit. She's trying to get some clout off of me. Here's the reality. None of that shit happened. But the problem is, I think a lot of that shit did happen. I think Wilbur is far less innocent than George, and my content kind of reflected that, because at the beginning I kind of defended him. I was like, listen, there's no evidence. And then I kept digging, and I started noticing that, like, I don't know if you remember, but like another content creator or another person came out against Wilbur, and they were like, yeah, Wilbur is exactly the type of person that Shovel is describing. Wilbur dated me behind the scenes and wouldn't let me be seen on camera. He would bite me. He would do all this shit. He would be emotionally distant. And then there's this other girl. I'm trying to remember her name. I want to say it's Nihachu. Mm-hmm. She, unprompted, like years ago, had conversations on stream where she was talking about, and Wilbur's in the room with her while having these combos. She's talking about how Wilbur leaves bruises on her arms, like genuinely says that. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, we have 3 different people saying that there are bruises. All right. And one of them said that there are bruises months before any of the allegations were made. For me, that kind of, I don't want to say confirmed it, but it gave me enough pause to go, okay, maybe this guy isn't innocent, and maybe that's like something that we need to look at. Again, I'm not necessarily saying I've proven him guilty, but it gave me enough like to doubt. I'll put it that way.
No, yeah, and I believe I also heard something about even his mom confirmed that like he had like a biting fixation when he was young, so it's not even just like a sexual thing. Like he apparently. So
that's
like,
something Shovel said. I've never apparently like I don't know if that was a text. I don't know what that was, because I've never seen a message that was like from Wilbur Soot's mom saying, yeah, he's a biter. You know, I've never seen that.
Okay, but I mean, let's if we take that at face value.
It would be a weird thing to lie about, to be fair.
No, yeah, it's a weird, like, just sort of like psychological pattern of behavior. maybe he has seeked therapy since, but it sounds like something that you need to talk to a therapist about if you just want to bite people all the time.
Yeah, for real. I think like, listen, I think there's like cute stuff you can do with your girlfriend, and like, you know, if you want to bite your girlfriend or whatever the fuck, fine, go for it. But when it's to a point where allegedly your mother is warning people about it, and like multiple people are saying that you're having, you know, bruising stay on them, you're getting to a point where it's like, is this biting, or is this like some sort of like fetish that, or I don't even want to call it a fetish, or some sort of like cope that you have because you're mentally ill and like you just bite people and suck on their arms and shit.
Right. And like, but like, I think even prior to the allegations, I don't think Wilbur's been uploading a lot.
Oh, really? I would love to see that. I find that I don't know if he has.
Oh yeah, because I checked out his channel, and like, yeah, it was like a music video from like a year ago that was up before the drama started.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if he had come back, that'd be crazy. I feel like all of us would have covered that. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like,
I mean,
I really feel like he's kind of, I don't want to say missed the window to respond, but it's like it's very late. I remember when he was first dealing with the situation, some small commentary channels that I kind of knew about. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with CB2.
Oh no, yeah, I know CB2. I've interviewed him too before.
Oh, nice. So I'm like I don't want to say like I'm friends with him because like I've not spoken to him like voice wise anyways, but I do know that him and like a couple of other people somehow got a hold of like Wilbur Soot's like stepsister and or maybe cousin. It was either stepsister or cousin, and basically, bro, like within their family, you had people that, again, I don't want to go too far with this, but you had people within their family that were kind of like turning and like saying stuff. And this cousin person allegedly was like leaking texts to CB2.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
You know how insane that is? Like, it's kind of why when I think about why Wilbur Soot kind of took a step back, maybe he was just trying to like run some OPSEC first, make sure that all of his fucking leaks are like, you know, plugged, and then talk about it, because this is a pretty fucking like difficult allegation to deal with, because it's not like a sexual thing, it's more of just like an abuse thing where you're hurting someone. And so to address that, but like have people that could refute your story, maybe that's kind of why he's taking his step back here.
Alternatively, I could totally give him another year, and I can totally see him pulling like a mini lad and just like forgetting about the whole situation, just continue to upload and run his channel into the ground.
But that never works. That's the problem.
No, it really doesn't.
Like not when it's this level. And also, if you look up, if you want to look this up, look up Wilbur Soot support squad.
Oh god, support squad.
Yeah, you'll see a bunch of like edits from fucking like children, bro. Oh
god, here we go. The YouTube shorts.
Yeah, bro, it's insane. Actually, click that poorly aged clip. I think that's like an interesting thing to watch.
Tell me about how awful I am to you.
To me?
Yeah.
So this is Nia Nihichu.
Yeah.
Are you just?
She's always biting me.
I can't hear you over the Hoover. What'd you say?
Actually, Will bites me sometimes, and I get so many bruises all the time from him biting me.
I thought you were saying that you bite people.
No, Will bites me.
Tell him about.
Oh, so this
you know
like
what I mean?
Months before even the first allegation came out. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like once you see this clip, once you see that other chick come out, you start to go, like it's really hard to defend you, buddy. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not going to give me. Especially if you're not going to explain anything, if you're not going to come out and give your side of the story, and you're going to make me deal with everything, it's like, how much do you expect guys like me, guys like Lyrics, to defend you? Like, we can only do what we can. And it's not like our goal is to defend you. Our goal is to tell the story. And if the story adapts to a place where I see a clip from Nia Nihichu and I'm thinking, oh shit, this like recontextualized the story, like I need to explain it now, then I'm no longer in a point where I'm defending you in the story. I'm now, if anything, kind of exposing you in the story, exposing a clip that kind of shows, you know, your past.
Yeah, well, like another issue too is like, and this has always been my issues with when it comes to like essay stories. It's like the police are never involved, and then when you point out to the person that maybe they should contact the police, it's always like, well, the police don't do anything, so we shouldn't tell them. But
yeah, it's tough because like with the I don't think that they care. I this is like a hard take, and I don't think people like to hear this. On the one hand, they are right. It is hard to go to the police. On the other hand, I don't think they ever wanted to. Like, I think that this is important, and I wish that these girls would like be a little bit more honest with this. None of them really want to go to the police. Like Shubble, I think Shubble would prefer to go public than to go to the police, because the police, what are they going to do? Like, if you're getting bruised via like getting your, you know, boyfriend to suck on your arm, like at worst, what would be the punishment for that? Like domestic assault or some shit? Like what would you call that? Let's say the guy gets a year in prison. What's worse? He gets a year in prison, or he gets canceled online, can't make any money. Like, I'll be honest, in terms of like how difficult it is to achieve and the result that you're getting, I'd probably say just canceling him is way easier. And that's why you see these girls go that route. Not to mention the clout you can get off of it. Like, I mean, I've shown it on my channel, but if you go to the social blade of Shubble or Katie Bugs or any of these content creators that have like come out with a story, whether true or not, whether, you know, the details are aligned or not, they always do well. Like, it's insane. And if you look at my views, it kind of makes sense, you know? Like, anytime I talk about a story like this, it's like a lightning rod. Like everybody wants to take a look at it.
No, yeah, because I think we're at the point of the internet where like everyone at least tries to act like they're above like petty dramas of sorts. You know, like back in the day, Drama Alert would cover like a COD gaming leagues calling each other gay and like saying that they wish cancer upon each other, right? But nowadays,
that's where we got that N-word clip from. It's great.
Oh yeah, all the Keemstar N-word clips. Jesus Christ, and but everyone's like, oh, well, this is a serious topic. We need to take this with the utmost brevity, and as they're like getting the popcorn out, so that way they can watch the crapshoot that's about to happen.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at Shovel's Social Blade here. I'll send this. Let me send you this link.
Oh.
Here you go.
It is. Oh, Jesus Christ! Let's see, 1 million subs now. Pretty healthy views.
You see that 33,000 sub gain? The one thing I'm noticing though is a negative 2 million video view. So I'm curious, like, what she took down. Like, was it anything?
Do you think she might have had some stuff with like Wilbur in it?
Ooh, yeah, maybe. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Because I assume she was a streamer as they were dating, or like whatever she does for content, right? I assume they probably did some collaborative efforts.
You know, I'll say this, man. Mm-hmm. She's been around a minute. I'm just like looking at her page right now. There's videos from 7-8 years ago.
No,
like,
yeah, isn't she like early 20s, late not late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, she's 30.
Yeah,
I think she might be 33.
I remember seeing her with the allegations like she has to be like 24.
Nope. Yeah, well, it's kind of crazy. Like, and I don't want to be ageist because listen, we're all gonna get there. When I look at when I look at these people, I'm like always reminded, like, fuck, we're getting old because she's 30. I look at what's her name, not Katie Bugs. Like, Katie Bugs is actually the youngest of this situation. Lex is like 28. Like, everybody's like getting close to hitting 30 or is already at 30. Like, it used to be these situations happened to like people that were like 18 to 22, and like that was the hot drama. Which, if anything, I guess kind of, you know, not to say the sexual assault cases are good drama, but you know, it is content. It goes to show that like even in your like later years now on YouTube, it feels like you can still have a good career. You know, obviously you look at guys like Hassan or Destiny, which, you know, completely different in terms of like the respect that they get, but their age, I mean, they're both guys in their either early or mid 30s, and they're still trucking along, you know, creating content, getting more views and shit. And I think that's something that like maybe 10-15 years ago, I feel like content creators almost aged out of their niche or whatever the fuck.
No, absolutely.
And now that you're like seeing that like older content creators can kind of succeed, it's very like exciting, because I was always worried, like, okay, is this something that like in 5 years, if it pops off, like let's say I get 1 million subs today, like will it work past 5 years? And I think as long as you adapt your content, people will stick around.
Right. I think, well, the issue I think early on was like, obviously, like YouTube was a brand new thing. People got popular simply because either their stupidest or luckiest reasons, right? And so, yeah, basically, early on, people had a hard time maintaining that. Like the YouTubers from the early days who I still see like pop off still, or like Phil DeFranco, Markiplier. PewDiePie's retired now, but like if he makes a video, it still gets decent amount of views. I think it's just because they like those people knew early on that it was about more so the personality, rather, like, it's going to sound weird, but it's more so about like you as the individual and less about necessarily the content. Because I think
you have to cultivate that though. That's the thing, and that's why I think like you see certain guys even to this day not really be able to pull it off, and other people they're like good with it.
No, yeah, and I think well, people see a lot of like what Mr. Beast has accomplished, and like maybe they're not. It's not even necessarily that they're doing his type of content, but they see what he's able to achieve, and they want to have like a fraction of that, or at least be able to maintain that longevity that he's going to be able to have. Like
yeah, I remember.
Oh, go ahead.
I remember Mr. Beast once said that he felt that Mr. Beast, like the guy, the host, was a limiting factor. Like having a personality for YouTube was a limiting factor. And I think he's like right in a sense where you're going to get less views because you're not going to get as many people as possible to like you. Like not everyone is going to like Mr. Beast, right?
Right.
But what I would say the flip side is the people who do like your personality and do like your you know, original self, I think those people are more likely to stick with you long term rather than like fair weather fans that are with you here and maybe gone tomorrow if you make a video that they don't find interesting.
No, yeah, like they're with you for only like put it back into commentary. They're only with you for like one controversy, one topic, and then they're just out for the rest of the time.
Exactly. And honestly, with myself, like it's something that I noticed. Like you have to kind of keep uploading, keep streaming, and for example, like with those George Not Found videos, I mean, if you go back and look at them, some of them hit like 30K, 20K, and like if you look now, it's more like I'm hitting anywhere from 1K to like 5K. But what you have to like kind of keep in mind, and I think it's something I've seen other like bigger content creators talk about, is go back a year and look at your content and ask yourself, like, are you in a better position than you were like a year ago? And for me, it's undoubtedly yes. Like, I feel like I'm more consistent. I feel like I'm in a place where I have a community where when I see people comment, I'm seeing the same names. And for me, that's what is exciting to me, where like, yes, you're not pulling the 20K views that you're pulling off of like a really good subject, but your baseline is higher. And if your baseline is higher, that means that the next time you get a big blow up off of a topic, your baseline is going to get higher again. So the goal is, I feel like, have the high highs and then have higher baselines that are like your baseline comes obviously is the lowest point. But if your lowest point becomes higher than it was last month, then I think you're succeeding.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think, especially if like people have gotten really popular off of like YouTube Shorts. Yeah,
I will never do that.
No, right. But like,
I will make a separate channel and then have it advertised to my main. But in terms of like making a like, I hate to do this, but like, go take a look at Lieutenant Beast. Okay, I like him a lot. He's a good kid. Look up LT Beast, and he's somebody who's made amazing well, I don't want to say amazing videos, but really funny and entertaining videos in the past, right?
Listen, he's a white boy with the purple dreads, man. You can't hate on that.
You know what I mean? He's at 90K doing this sort of content.
Okay, that was definitely not as hard as you made it seem, but whatever. Let's just see what Zong does.
Oh, my charger stopped!
Like, I like his hustle. I think he's actually probably one of the better shorts creators because he's actually showing his face. Like, other people, you'll just have them doing voiceovers and shit. But he has videos that are good. Like, if you go to his main channel, you'll see like he has a video called like the fat commentary channels or some shit. And like, oh, he took it down. Oh my god.
No, I do. I think I remember that video.
Brother, he had good content. Yeah, he had actually good content. And I mean, I get it. Listen, everybody wants to bridge out and stuff. I'd like it if he focused more on the video side instead of the shorts. But I guess everybody's got like their own thing that they're interested in. So maybe I'm projecting.
But I think, but you hit the nail in the coffin when you said that, like if you just focus on like, developing that base while making like the viral content, yeah, it's gonna work so well for you in the long run. Also, Craig Beck allegations. Oh god,
that shit was fun. I got in trouble with that, covering that. People were mad because I said that like if he had sex with that woman, that it wouldn't be illegal, and people thought that was like a crazy thing to say. And I was like, well, like objectively, it would not be illegal. Like, what's crazy is that their laws are set up in a way, and I don't really mind this. I actually think it's a good thing. But like the worst thing he could have done in that situation was get pictures, which allegedly he did. You know?
No, yeah, he did, and
sent some back, I think.
Yeah, I was kind of part of Craig's community at the time, and it was just it was just like, Craig, why are you doing this, man? You covered Mini Lad. Why are you doing this?
I'm not even joking. It's one of those situations where literally, if he had just like had sex with her, it would have been better for him, which is like such a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
But like over there, age of consent 16. Here in Canada, same thing. So again, it doesn't mean that he's a moral person either. Like I think at a certain point, like regardless of whether something's legal or not, if you're, you're probably targeting this age range because you know it's easy to target. You know what I mean? And there's a morality to that. Like, is that okay to do? And in my opinion, not really.
Well, also the girl, from what I understand, the girl was pretty receptive and flirty back. And like since then, this is a bit more like spurgier drama, more like now recording type. But like she's been involved in other sexting stuff afterwards too. That she's trying to cancel people over.
Here's the thing. On the one hand, like I get, like it is funny. On the other hand, it makes sense though. Like if you think about it, like if you're the type of person that's going to, be underage and text online figures, I wouldn't be surprised if you do it again. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these girls like the attention, and it feels good when the commentary YouTuber that you watch every day, you have him in the DMs and you're sending him stuff and he's sending you stuff, and maybe that's like exhilarating. Well, I can understand that.
Well, let's hope no one from this community gets into a situation like that again. Let's see. I remember the big.
Well, it's a matter of time. Somebody listen. anytime you have people that like get influence that didn't have influence in the past, it really does fuck with their head in a way that I don't think most people understand yet. I think like being somebody who like, for me, I feel that I'm kind of getting the luckiest treatment in terms of how I'm getting bigger on YouTube. Is like, it's been a very, very slow burn. Like if you look at my channel, there are like a fuckload of videos, and there are videos, like I probably have like 300 unlisted videos, you know what I mean? So I've been at it for so long that like I feel I've kind of been able to kind of mature. But I think, bro, if I popped off when I was 20, I'm not going to say like, oh my God, I fucking groom minors. But at a certain point, like you might do some other shit where you might scam a fucking fan. You might pull an Aiden Ross. You might do some shit that you think is like, when you're 20 is fine. But then when you're like 23, you're a little bit more mature. You realize like, oh my God, like that would have been retarded. Because
you wouldn't just be 20. You'd be a 20-year-old with like power, influence, money.
Yeah. Well, in the very least, it doesn't make your shit moral, It just means that like you're not ready to deal with this. And I think now, like I think if I popped off right now, I'd probably be fine. Like I say that, but maybe give me another 6 months, I'll be even more fine. But I like the slow roll, like the fact that I'm slowly kind of growing the channel. Whatever drama comes next, I'm fucking pumped for. Brother, we're gonna be streaming through that shit. Okay, I cannot wait. If somebody listen, I'm speaking to the YouTube gods right now. Okay, if somebody wants to get raped, let me know, because I want to cover it. I don't want to be involved. I just want to cover it. Okay,
let me drop the Google Doc in your DMs.
Yeah, give me the scoop. Give me the scoop. Okay.
But yeah, no, I best of luck to you, man. I mean, I remember, I think when I first saw your content, you were, I want to say 2K. Like now you're like
probably
11K right now, man. Like that's seriously, that's good on you, man.
It's, bro, you just got to keep slowly building. I think I think the thing that we have to kind of accept is, as these smaller, small, what is it, 10K sub Andy? I think you have to like accept that it's a bit of a grind, especially if you want to do daily content or streaming content, and just like slowly let it creep up, because eventually those, like that baseline of 100 views, or 300 views, eventually it becomes 1K views, and then eventually becomes 2K views, and eventually it becomes 10K views, and eventually you're paying your fucking rent. You know what I mean? And like eventually you can start like hiring people to put out more content, and it's like the amount of the scalability of YouTube is like really, really there, and it's obviously something that we all like to do. We all like to talk. So I really like, it's one of these things, to anyone that has like any amount of like viewer base, brother, just keep fucking milking it. Like keep posting, keep entertaining them. Like it's so worth it.
Oh yeah, like I think the most successful commentary channel right now, even if they're not the most subbed commentary channel right now, it's definitely Turkey Tom, because Tom has the weekly essays on his main channel. He has daily uploads on not only the Tom Dark channel, he has a secondary Tom Dark channel where he uploads like content that's not necessarily for like the main Tom Dark channel. He has his IRL channel, and he streams like pretty consistently.
Yeah, Tom, the way Tom runs his shit is a big inspiration for me. Being able to work with him was honestly, I think it sounds like low-key gay, but I think one of the best things that happened to my channel was literally just interacting with Tom and seeing the way that he runs his business, like seeing how serious he is about it. Like, I think prior to working with him, like to me, YouTube was still kind of in this hobby-ish thing where I wasn't treating it like, I don't want to say treating it like a job, right? Like I'm not treating it like it's fucking mind-numbing work, stuff that like I'm gritting my teeth to get through. It's like, no, I find YouTube entertaining, but I'm treating it like a job in the way where like, the second I have a topic, I make a script for it, or I make a point list of it, and I drop my content as soon as possible in a way that's going to get views, good thumbnails. Focusing on thumbnails was something I hadn't even thought about until like, well, I think I met Ween. Are you familiar with Ween? Ween is here.
I think I probably have heard of the name, but I couldn't tell you that I've interacted with him much.
Look up the channel WHEEN. Fantastic content creator. Yeah. This guy, that's him. Here? Yeah, this guy is phenomenal. Like, if he ever decides to come back to YouTube and like actually post content like the way he was at one point, he will dominate. He's one of he's one of the most intelligent people I've met. Fantastic. He was one of the guys that really got me in on making good thumbnails for my content. Yeah,
you know Chris Narki. You've done a couple of videos with him on your channel. Chris is great. Yeah, I don't know who his current thumbnail artist is, but his current thumbnail artist does great stuff for his channel. It's very like Mr. Beast type.
Yeah, let's look at that. I assume it's Confusing Opinion.
Well, I know Confusing edits the video.
Yeah, I figured he would be doing the thumbnails too. But yeah, the thumbnails are really good.
I think that's what helped Chris a lot too. Is like, just like the eye-catching thumbnails that he's been doing a lot. For a while there, I mean, I'm still kind of flip-flop. Like, I think one critique I will say for myself is that I'm very not flippy floppy, but like I don't have consistency with thumbnails for very long. That's because I'm always trying like new stuff when it comes to making thumbnails. Like I think this one did okay, but yeah, like I'm always experimenting with the thumbnails, and I think if I were to critique myself, that's always been, I think that's a detriment, because like there's no consistency of how content.
I think the move is to try to have like a relatively similar theme for like a month, and then switch it, like have it month by month if you're gonna be somebody who switches it up. I find with me something that's been consistent is I always use like the same font when I'm using my text, and if I want to help. And I'll put my face in there, and my face is usually like purple or some shit. So yeah, it just, you want to have like a couple of like pillars that are similar, but I don't think it matters too much if your content looks different, because at the end of the day, we're not video essayists, right? I think for them it matters the most because they only upload like once a month type shit. So they need their fans to like build like an association with the thumbnail style. Us, I think it's more about showing your face, showing your what you're talking about that day, stuff like that.
Yeah, and back to, a little bit back to Turkey Tom. You know, he's very like in his videos. You know, he's hyped up for the video, but he's also like very nonchalant. But then when I saw him do like a couple podcast clips and interviews with Destiny, and one of their topics,
I would recommend watching that whole thing, by the way.
It's really good. The segment where they talk about content specifically, like you can the drive and hunger that Tom has, like he said, like if I can't quote him directly, but like he talks about how, like, I think he said he was like hungrier back then, but like you can still tell like now that like he still like has that massive drive to make content.
Bro, it's really inspiring because him and like other content creators, when they talk like that about content, like when they talk about like I'm excited to make something just because I want to be in the process and I want to release it and I want people to watch this. I won't lie, like at a certain point it was kind of like I almost felt embarrassed like a while ago. Like I don't feel this anymore because I don't really give a fuck what people think anymore. But back like when I did, it was more like, man, like I'm really scared of saying like, oh, I really care about this YouTube shit, because like you're posting content and yes, like it's fun and you're enjoying it, but like, oh, it's not getting views, or you feel it's not to a certain quality, and it's like at a certain point you need to take a step back. Is this something you're enjoying? Like, do you love making content? And if the answer is yes, then you shouldn't be ashamed of it. Like, it should be something that like if you love doing this, just keep fucking grinding. You know what I mean? Just like literally put your foot down on the pedal, because clearly it's something that you enjoy. And I think that's kind of how Tom is. Like, I think he kind of realized pretty early on, like, I'm obsessed with this YouTube shit. Like, it makes me happy when it does well. It makes me happy when I make content. I'm going to just like fucking make it my life. And I think that when people do that and they realize like what their calling is, and they just like fucking put their foot down on it, like the success is almost inevitable.
Absolutely. Sleepy, thank you so much for coming on.
No worries, bro. I appreciate you for the invite.
Yeah, guys, if you for some reason you're not already subbed to Sleepy, go check his videos out. I will put it in the chat, and also too, when this gets edited and clipped, there will be a link in the description, pinned comment below probably.
Appreciate that, bro.
Do you can you give us any insight on like any upcoming videos, or are you just like lying low?
I have a notepad right here. I'll show you, or I'll read it. So the next couple that I am looking at doing, I want to cover this Logan and Janko situation. I have something I want to talk about with Frogan, and the Destiny Ludwig shit is interesting. I don't think I'm ready to cover it yet. And the last thing on the docket that I need to cover is the Windows 11 desktop ads. I think those are fucking awful.